Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Mike Francesa podcast on the Bet Rivers Network, brought to you by Casamigos Tequila. Casamigos Tequila is brought to you by those who drink it. We come to you right after this giant loss on the Mike Francesa channel, on the Bet Rivers Network, on YouTube. And let's just cut to the chase. The Giants stink. And today they were miserably coached. So add the two together, and you have a terribly disappointing 27-22 loss to a Washington team that is now 7-2, have rebuilt right in front of the Giants' eyes, have beat the Giants twice this year in games that just befuddle the mind. And again, today, listen, there's nothing to talk about. They're just bad. But let's cut to a couple of things. Can the Giants once make the right play on defense? How fitting were the two plays before the half? Washington is their third down play in the flat is a give up. It's a give up. They break the tackle for 24 yards and get a first down. And then, we got another play. And what do? They throw the ball in the end zone. And the corner makes the most ridiculous move against a veteran receiver when he has help to the inside, gets beat clean, and gives up a touchdown. So that was 7 points. The first 7 points were awful, as the Giants are running the ball well, and then they have to come up and make a play where, of course, they lose the ball, and it winds up setting the Redskins up one play after the turnover. A pass interference puts them inside the 5, and now you gave them 7 points there. So you can look all over the game today where they gave them points, but let's just get to a couple of things here. The defense, the coverages, the play in the secondary, they turned so many guys loose. They missed critical tackles. Their coverage was abominable. Every time the Commanders had to make a play, they had a guy not open. They had a guy so open that it was scary, that you never put any pressure on Daniels to ever have to make a tough throw, because the guy is so wide open, it was comical. Uncovering tight ends, uncovering running backs, missing tackles in the open field. But then you come down, you get a touchdown. Why would you possibly, at 27-16, I mean, at 24-10 you score, why would you possibly there go for two? You are a terrible 2-point team. Abominable, as you showed again by missing two more today, converting 0, and not even getting plays off on these 2-point conversions, not even getting plays off. If the Giants had kicked the first extra point, they would have kicked the second extra point. They would have been down 3, and this is not for people who took the Giants plus 4, okay? That's not what I'm thinking about. What I'm thinking about is, why would you take the momentum away from your own team with the possibility there of failing on the 2-point conversion? You didn't need a 2-point conversion there. And if you were good at it, or you had a high success rate, maybe I'd listen to it with a backup kicker. But you know what? You had a week to find a guy who can make an extra point. That's all you're asking him to do. And you go for 2 there, which obviously now puts strain on you the second time to go for 2, fail on both occurrences, and wind up down 5, and then mess up the clock management at the end of the game. I mean, how many more? Now, listen, the Giants got screwed on the first touchdown. Okay, that was called back. That was an atrocious call. I'm sure they'll get an apology this week. It was a terrible call. That should have been a touchdown. The Giants have had a couple of those this year where they really didn't get a fair whistle, okay? It happens. But when you're bad, that's what happens. You remember every bad whistle. Plus, remember on that drive, I'm not sure Neighbors got a first down. I'm really not. I don't think he got the ball across that yard line. I think it would have been short, and it would have been turned over to Washington if that had been looked at. But hey, you get one. It doesn't equal giving up those 4 points in the end zone, but you kicked the field goal there. So why are you going for 2 at 24-16? Take the momentum right out of your team and then force your hand to go for 2 again. You would have been down 3 with 2:50 left on the clock and 3 timeouts. And then the clock management was absolutely dreadful. But it didn't matter because the Giants can't get a stop. They couldn't stop a running play. They couldn't stop a third down conversion. They couldn't stop any key play in the entire game that the Redskins had to have. And nothing was worse than the 7 points they gave up in the final seconds of the first half, because there was no reason for that. It was just a flagrant missed tackle and then a terrible coverage. The Giants played a Washington team today that they could have beaten. Are they as good? No. Is Washington good on defense? No. They're good on offense. They're not good on defense. So the Giants finally moved the ball at home today. Hooray. They ran the ball early. They passed the ball late. Hooray. They moved the ball. They still lost. They haven't won a home game this year. They've won 2 games. They stink. And you know what? Today they were badly coached. And how much of this do you have to watch? I mean, why is it always the Giants? Why do the Giants always make the big drop? Why do the Giants always make the critical mistake? Why does their coach always screw up? Why does everything happen to them? Because when you're bad, your luck stays bad. Good teams take advantage of breaks and make breaks. Bad teams wait for the roof to fall in, and it usually will. I don't want to get too crazy about the Giants because I don't think they're going anywhere this year anyway. But you know what? The product should be better and more consistent than it is right now. There's no reason that the Giants can not do a better job having some balance in their offense in the first half and doing a better job of protecting their quarterback in the first half of that game. There's no reason for that. Not against that defense. But again, every weakness just tears a hole in the Giants. Every weakness is accentuated, and it takes away from every plus. Big drops, big mistakes, inopportune play calls, bad strategy, really bad strategy. And let me say this about Neighbors, okay? We all know how talented he is. No one's disputing that. But do I have to watch him giving me this whole song and dance act after he gets a first down when the team's down 14 points? And also, when his team's down, do I need him on the other sideline? I guess at the end of the third quarter that was. I'm not sure I have the timing exactly right because I don't know where they put that piece of video in as to where it was on the clock. I'm assuming it was when they were making the third to fourth quarter changeover. But he's on the sideline laughing with the quarterback. I understand the quarterback's his best buddy. I understand that, okay? But you're on the other team and you're losing. He can laugh. He's winning. He's also their star quarterback right now who has had an all-world year. So if he wants to start having a little fun with his old buddy, his coach isn't going to say anything, especially when he's winning. But what are you doing over there? What is he doing over there when you're losing doing that? It's just a bad look. And it just shows you how out of control things are. They're not good enough to allow that nonsense to go on. They have too much they have to work on. Just really, it could have been a lot better today. I know that if you pick the Giant, if you wager on the Giants today getting 4 or 4.5, whatever the final line was, you're annoyed. You have a right to be for a variety of reasons, but hey, it is what it is. Cowboys fall today to the Falcons. Dak gets hurt. Big win for the Falcons. Big loss for the Cowboys. Bills get a 30-27 win over the Dolphins. Dolphins look a lot better with Tua, but still they fall. Late field goal by Buffalo. 61-yarder wins it. 61-yarder wins it. These teams have guys who are automatic. Okay? Automatic outside of 55 and can kick 60s for game winners. And the Jets and Giants can't find guys who can put the ball through the uprights from 30 or 40. Harbaugh keeps the Chargers winning. I wonder if the Browns, the only reason I bring the Browns up is, do they unload guys that people covet before Tuesday's trade deadline? Atlanta needs a pass rusher. Do they get one? Detroit needs a pass rusher. Do they get one? Panthers come back and beat the Saints. Okay, give them credit for that at least, because they don't have too many moments. They don't have too many moments. Today they came from behind and won a game with younger quarterbacks. So you know what? Good for him, because he hasn't had too many moments. So he gets a moment today as the Saints keep losing. That game could get Allen fired from the Saints after the season. Ravens win big over the Broncos. Not surprising there. Then real good 4:00 game coming up with the Packers and the Lions. The Packers might be the Lions' biggest obstacle to getting to the Super Bowl this year. I think they probably will be, because I don't think the Niners are ever going to get healthy this year to the level that they need to get healthy. Jets had the day off, so no drama for them today. Next week at Arizona. So the Giants find themselves right now, as they get ready next week, to have a thriller against the Panthers in Carolina, and that will be maybe the coup de grace for the Giants. That's all they need. They're 2-7. All they would need is to go lose to the Panthers, who actually, as I said, pulled out a win today in the final seconds against the Saints. Not final seconds, maybe 2 minutes left. So 2-7 as they passed Halloween into the month of November. 2-7 for the Giants. And boy, was the defense miserable today on so many plays. Oh, there's so much to just dislike today. It's a bad loss. Bad team. Today, bad coaching. Bad situation. Nothing good. We'll see you later.